Okay, let's face it. Everybody loves a transformation. It's exciting to see those before and afters. But unless you have to keep up with the Kardashians, in the vast majority of cases, you don't need to transform yourself. Transformation is not for everyone, but have we gotten so used to making changes, it has become more normalized? The Weeknd makes a parody of this current situation in his latest video. Let's look at a popular cosmetic surgery procedure, rhinoplasty. I spoke to Peter Callan, plastic surgeon, about his approach to rhinoplasty and why he doesn't transform noses to get the best results. Peter, good to see you.
Good to see you, Gavin.
Thanks for joining me today. So we're going to talk about rhinoplasties and how you do it. So what attracted me to getting you down here was actually the fact that you told me once that when you do rhinoplasties, you leave a bit of the bump, for example, which really amazed me because no one sort of does that. So tell us a bit about your approach to rhinoplasty.
So it's interesting you say that, because if you say that to people first up, they're a little bit horrified. And they say, well, I don't want a bump, that's why I'm here in the first place. Yeah. But in actual fact, if you look at the nose, a very normal nose has a fairly straight profile, or occasionally a little swelling here that you might sit glasses on. Now, if you leave a small bump, which you can feel, you can't see it. The nose looks straight from all angles. And given that most of the time we talk to people, we talk to them at 3/4 view, like I'm talking to you now, or straight on, or maybe the other 3/4 view, the nose will look very, very normal in those profiles.
Amazing.
And in a photograph from the side, the nose will look straight.
So you're saying a normal nose has a bit of a bump?
Just about all noses have a small bump, yes.
And you might be able to feel it, but you can't see it.
Correct.
So you're just bringing people back to what's natural.
Exactly. And the reason is you leave a small bump because the skin right here is much thinner than the skin above it and below it.
Okay.
So if you make the dorsum straight in surgery, which a lot of people do, and I must admit 15 years ago I thought that was the way to do it, you'll get a slight slump in that area. And I'm sure you've seen it, and it's a giveaway of a rhinoplasty.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't match. Doesn't look right on the face.
And it doesn't fit right. And when you look at it from the front, this part of the nose almost disappears when you're talking to them. You look at it and this part of the nose seems to be missing. You need a little bit of strength there, so as from the front the nose looks totally normal.
What should be noticeable with a rhinoplasty? And what should people expect with rhinoplasty? And how do you convince people not to transform their nose?
So I think a good rhinoplasty nobody should notice. And we talk about transformation, but what we're trying to do is get people with a nose that matches their face. In other words, a nose that they were born with and you look past, because as you and I know, the face is all about the eyes. Mm-hmm. People know you by your eyes. Yep. You can't change the eyes. So you don't want the nose to detract from that in any way, shape or form. So what we're trying to do is make a nose that looks totally normal and unoperated on. Yep. Now, if it looks normal and unoperated on, nobody will notice they've had a rhinoplasty, even if it's a big change, because there's nothing to draw their eye.
If we have a cosmetic procedure, we don't want people to be able to pinpoint it. What is most important is maintaining one's character. Think about movie stars who have maintained a consistent appearance over the years, as opposed to those who have suddenly changed or transformed. In fact, I think transformation is something we should fight against. For example, aging itself is a transformation that we actually try to prevent or minimize. When a friend tells you that you haven't changed in years, now that just might be a compliment. I always find you have to have an endpoint also to every treatment. And for me, this is making someone look more attractive. And what is most attractive is a natural look. There are huge benefits in life to looking attractive. So it is worth doing cosmetic procedures to enhance one's appearance and attractiveness. But if we are just performing cosmetic procedures without this in mind, we're just performing modifications. So in conclusion, perform only subtle and natural cosmetic treatments that enhance your attractiveness and appeal. You have to maintain your character and be recognizable to those who you know. People should not be able to pinpoint any changes except for the fact that you look better. The Weeknd's recent video of his face is a message to show the absurdity of what cosmetic surgery standards have become. Remember, I always say that if you can tell that something's been done, it's not a good job.